Hello. So I hope you're having a lovely day. I am. It's a really lovely sunny day here in London, and I couldn't resist and came out to do my meditation session out here. And I was doing a practice that's called awareness of awareness. So it's a practice where we deliberately withdraw our awareness from all of the sensory fields as well as from the mental fields. So we're not paying deliberate attention to any of the sensory experiences that come up, any of these appearances, and nor do we pay attention to our thoughts, emotions, feelings, etc., or desires. And so we just rest in awareness. So the awareness of being aware before we actually pay attention to anything at all. And so this is a very interesting practice, and it struck me how valuable this is for our daily lives. Because, I mean, that's the whole point why we meditate, right? It's not about it's not about just about taking some time out. I know that's emphasized a lot, but for me it's really about cultivating skills and perspectives in meditation that we can then apply to and integrate into our lives. For me, that's the whole point. So we can call it cultivating our mind, because that makes it not a separate activity, but something that is part of how we live. And so the point about getting really familiar with the medium through which we actually perceive the world, our awareness, really becoming familiar with its qualities before we pay attention to whatever we pay attention to during the day. It's so invaluable, because when we're not very skilled, we easily make the mistake that whatever we pay attention to, whatever we are aware of, we tend to appropriate, make our own, identify with. And so when we observe feelings in the body, for example, and we have pain, which is quite relevant to me at the moment, I've got some lower back pain, and there is this tendency, and I've got lots of the people I work with have this misconception that because we're aware of the pain, because it occurs in our body, we think it's ours, we lay claim to it, we identify with it, and as a result, we suffer in a way we wouldn't suffer if we didn't make that mistake. And so when we rest in awareness, we are actually moving from that identification with whatever comes up in our field of experience, which is the habitual way of dealing with things, and become aware of the awareness with which we experience whatever we experience during the day. And if we can manage to become really familiar with that awareness and are able to operate from that awareness that in fact never moves, never does anything, it's always there, and it's completely spacious and unbounded. And if we are able to rest in that awareness rather than always collapsing down to whatever objects arise in our experience, and those objects can be feelings, emotions, thoughts, as well as any of the sensory appearances that arise, whatever we see and hear and see and feel and smell and touch and taste. And it can also be the relationships, the other people. And if we can really just rest in that awareness with which we are aware of everything, then that is a hugely liberating shift in our perspective. And we can do this during the day. This is not just something to do on the meditation cushion. This is something to cultivate there and then bring into the rest of the day. And so that's my challenge, and that's something I'd like you to consider. So let me know your thoughts or any questions. Have a lovely day. Bye.